said, "Oh, let me talk to you." I said, "What you got?" You know what I saw when you got out of the aircraft? I was like, "Oh my God, here we go." I said, "No, what you got?" He said, "I saw a man with his together flying around in $372,000 of aircraft." So let me explain something to you, oh. When you're on that radio, you talking to ATC, you're not black, you're not white, you're not Hispanic. You're a private pilot with enough money and discipline and education to fly that aircraft. Up here is money. All we see is money. Either you got it or you don't.
Real life.
It ain't real life. Just say real life street stars. You know what time it is. Real life street stars.
Yo, you know what time it is, baby. You know what
We
time
got
it
him
is,
back.
man. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Return
Let's
of
do
the
it.
Black
Let's do it.
John
Let's do
Wick.
it. Let's do it. Let's
Body
do it.
bow tactical, man. Once again, man.
What's
First and
going
foremost,
on,
how
man?
your spirits, man? It's been a while.
Man, it's been a year since the last interview, and life is amazing, bro.
There you
Life
go.
is absolutely amazing.
I swear, again, you are one of those, I don't want to call it anomaly because your story is so well received by the masses.
Appreciate
That
it.
when we brought you in, we felt like it was going to be an interesting story, but
Right.
people really gravitated to your character, to just
Appreciate
your
it.
demeanor, just everything about you. So we had to bring you in. A lot of things going on,
Appreciate
so
that.
we want to
Appreciate
jump
that.
right into it. Get in. Let's just start it off
Yeah, let's
because
do it.
this is going on right now. And the moment we saw it, we said we have to bring you in and talk about it. United Healthcare CEO gets assassinated
Right.
in the middle of, it looks like what city
New
was he
York.
in?
New York.
Walking
Hilton, front of
down.
Hilton.
Yeah, just
Mm-hmm.
let me just get your take on when you first seen the video, which of course the video is displayed. You might have seen the unedited video,
Okay.
or you might have seen the edited video. But when you saw that, in your mindset, what did you take from that?
It could be a psyop, assassination, conspiracy, or it could be just an angry individual because let's be fair. What is United Healthcare?
One of the biggest insurance.
Whoa. What is the biggest scam on the planet?
Oh, insurance, without question.
So you got mad people. You got people who feel cheated. You got people who feel left out. You got people, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get the why behind the what, of course. Mm-hmm. Of course, the powers that be will question this individual who was picked up today. And they're going to be like, hey, like, what's the why behind the what? Why did you do this? And hopefully he tells the truth about why he did it, because that's going to shine some light on a lot of things that could lead to a bigger conversation.
Now, they said, because I was looking into United Healthcare, and they said United Healthcare pretty much denies about 90% of all claims.
See what I'm talking about?
Which is a wild number.
Well, pause. Insurance companies are businesses. And businesses are businesses to do one thing, make money. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there is no money in, like I said, you pay your insurance policy, every month, whatever, however you pay it, right? That if you go back, let's go all the way back to the whole issue with Obamacare and what the Republicans were trying to fight against. Wait a minute. If I can afford to go to the hospital and just pay for whatever issue, why do I have to have insurance? At that point, I'm wasting money. Well, insurance was primarily, but it's primarily for people who may not have that $20,000 for the broken toe or whatever.
Right.
So they'll pay that premium. But of course, insurance companies are in business to make money. The more people they have that pay insurance that don't need insurance is where the revenue comes from.
Now, do you think this will cause a change in the business structure of? No. So he's just a casualty of war, basically.
He was one person.
Yeah.
His spot was filled before his body was cold.
What do you think it would take for us to start seeing real change in these industries like big pharma, insurance, and all that?
The government will have to go in there and make some changes forcefully. But don't forget, we live in a capitalist country.
Right.
So, and they are allowed to, as CEOs, run their businesses as they see fit. Mm-hmm. It's up to you whether or not you want to purchase their product. So that's going to be the issue right there. You have too many insurance companies for us to focus on United Healthcare and say, well, they can and cannot do that. Well, you don't have to choose United Healthcare. You can choose whatever other options you have. Now, when you decide to push out the private insurances and start go government, and now you're talking about something different. Now we impinging on other people's rights and freedoms. Got to be careful.
So, my mother, she has a house, and she had a policy for a house, and they wanted her to do some work on her house. She got the work done, but it was so stringent that they wanted the house painted. Like where the repairs were made, they wanted the paint. They wanted it to be painted over and look like something. Like when you see policies like this, like why does the government not step in and say this is too much? Like where is there such a degree? I know it's free
enterprise,
mm-hmm. But what is too much? Like
again, that's based on the argument is going to be, why did you choose that insurance company?
Right. Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And those are the downfalls of having a free enterprise versus a communist state when we do, or a state-funded insurance, mm-hmm. whether it be health or property, and it is what it is. And that's why you have so many angry people, because you have people who fit into a category of maybe they can't afford anything else. That's all they can get.
Now, we don't condone unaliving people, but from a Black John Wick standpoint, what would you grade the assassin who clearly walked up on this man?
He planned it pretty well, but he made several mistakes. Okay. He was just sloppy with it. That's all. Just real sloppy.
As you see, it looks like he had a silencer on it.
He had a suppressor.
Mm-hmm. To where there was people technically in cars and nearby to where, this was going to happen. Like he planned, he knew the route. Mm-hmm. So therefore I heard, they say he came on bike and of course left on bike, but backpack, covered mm-hmm. his face mm-hmm. throughout the day, moving through New York. Mm-hmm. Pretty much they said he waited till he passed them because again.
Yep. To verify it was him, yeah.
Yeah, you want to verify it's him mm-hmm. and then also, you don't get much reaction when someone passes you. After the first shot, the gun started jamming, mm-hmm. but he had the wherewithal to keep
clear malfunction.
Clearing it, and he cleared it maybe a couple of times mm-hmm. from just the video that we saw. Does that show training or somewhat training to you?
For him to be able to clear it, got a little bit there. Okay, but the question is, did he do his due diligence to make sure his tools worked properly? But then again, of course, you can't control, because I don't know how many times he used that suppressor with that firearm. Could have been a first time thing. And we don't know if it's his firearm or not. It's a whole lot of information that's missing from the equation, because they're still looking for the firearm, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, I think. But I think they found him. They're still looking for the firearm. Whenever they find it, then we're going to get, like, again, if he answers the questions truthfully, we're going to know everything. But he made mistakes. It was made clear that the government didn't have anything to do with that. Or then again, it might have. You see what I'm saying? Because it doesn't look like the government had anything to do with it, but it very well could have, because the government's smart enough to make it not look like the government had anything to do with it. So he made mistakes. We don't know if that was the actual person yet. Makes sense? He's a person of interest, yeah. So,
why choose a gun that can jam when you're going to do something?
All guns can jam.
So every gun, 38.
Period, point blank. The only guns that quote unquote won't jam would be a bolt action rifle.
Right.
Or the old put a little flint in there. Yeah.
Use a musket out there. Mm-hmm. There was words written on the bullets.
Good. Yes. Dispose,
defend,
deny, something like that. Yeah.
And there used to be a thing, and I've worked in an insurance company for a long time in life, to where they said
it was on the casing.
Yeah, words on the casing. Technically, there's a term in insurance is deny, defend, delay, mm-hmm. which is a mentality that they heard that United Healthcare uses, or that that CEO uses as far as a part of a structure to. Mm-hmm. A methodology to basically deny claims, like deny, defend, delay.
Right.
That's how we don't pay things. And from what they said, allegedly, it says the bullets have deny, defend, depose, mm-hmm. meaning get rid of, dispose. Yeah. Meaning get rid of.
That means it was a little bit more personal.
Yeah, to write on a bullet, which takes, I'm assuming engraving.
We don't know yet. It could have been. So no, I don't know if he wrote on the bullet or the casing. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, it must be the casing. It must be the casing.
If he wrote on the casing, he's just gonna get a fine, Sharpie right on there, whatever. Because you're gonna shoot the gun, the casing's just gonna fall out, right? But if he actually had it on a bullet, that means he has to somehow engrave it on the bullet and then actually press that round, make them themselves. Now that would explain a lot more jamming, because if you don't have the pressures right plus the suppressor, then we got a whole nother science thing there.
What does that tell you, though, when it's someone takes the time to go out and write on bullets? I haven't seen that before.
A, he's good at it, or B, he has a serious intent. I mean, I load my own ammo, so.
And again, just hypothetical. We're speaking hypothetical. His escape plan was via bike.
Well, again, so let's go back. For him to write something on there, put something on there, and the way things laid out, it kind of looks like they wanted somebody to get caught. Because you got a fake ID, left a cell phone or whatever, something like that. They said it looks like, there were a lot of things that were error in there, so for it to be like, all right,
coffee shop flirting with the waitress.
I think a lot of that was
always.
Well, the big thing, if you pay attention to the news, the big thing that everybody was saying, he's not a professional, he's not a professional, he's not a professional. The reason that happens is because when you say someone's a professional, that means someone hired him to do a thing. And if someone hires you to do something like that, they're probably important. Now, what kind of intel this guy did to know where this guy was going to be when he was being at the top of the food chain like that? Why didn't he have security? Now, I'm sure it's going to be a lot of more CEOs walking around with security, but that's a bit. Why was he walking around by himself? You're the CEO of United Healthcare.
Yeah, it's the second CEO to die within the calendar month. I mean, within the calendar year. Well, probably more. Let me just say two public ones. One in San Francisco, of course, the one in New York.
That's right. What was that? Cash App?
Yeah, Cash App, the CEO who created that. Do you feel it's a message? Just based on what you're seeing, you feel like it's a message being sent?
The people, so like we've been getting messages for a long time. The people are angry. The people are angry. The United States citizens are angry.
So it takes me to, and again, I'm gonna come back to the United Healthcare CEO, but it takes me to Trump real quick. Okay. When we haven't spoke to you since he got assassination attempt twice, where one actually a bullet grazed ear. First and foremost, do you feel he was really shot?
That's hard to tell. I mean, is it possible for that 223 to pierce his ear? Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's healed well. It healed well, if so.
Yeah, I mean, it's a flesh wound. Hey. I mean, that's not a big bullet, bro. And true enough, the distance at which he was shot was only like 40, 50 yards at best. The guy on the roof wasn't that good of a shooter. Hey, it is what it is. Shooters, everybody think they can shoot until it's time to shoot. So the whole sniper concept, nah.
What do they not take into consideration? What, wind?
It could be a number of things. I mean, he would have had a clean shot had Trump not moved in that split second. That's a part of it. And it was taking a headshot behind or between the little teleprompters or whatever to hit him. So, I mean, go ahead.
We all have our speculations around whether it was real or fake. But they said if it was fake, he could not have paid for better imagery of him being carted away with his fist up in front of the American flag.
That's a fact. But here's the question. Here's the question. That is an extremely dangerous stunt to pull off.
For sure.
Now, in the event that the individual that pulled the trigger was a professional good enough to hit an earlobe or the top of the ear at 50, 60 yards with a rifle that's not hard to do, but still somewhat moving target, why put your life on the line? Because they killed him, right?
They killed him. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or deleted him. Edit, right? So they deleted him for the attempt. I'm more inclined to feel that it was real.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you why. A lot of people hate Donald Trump.
Right.
A lot of people hate Donald Trump. Let's be fair, let's be transparent. Had that happened to Barack Obama, they probably it would be a riot if somebody said it was fake. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? People just don't like Donald Trump. It is what it is. He's not a politician. He's not groomed to be a politician. He doesn't talk like a politician. He doesn't think like a politician, and people hate him. So they want him dead. Think about what happened. You have more people angry at the fact that he wasn't unalived and that the bullet actually missed than the people that are saying that it was fake.
I'm gonna play the devil's advocate.
Let's do it.
Why do you think so many people hate Donald Trump?
Because he's not filtered. He's not a clean politician.
Mm-hmm.
He's a businessman.
Right.
It is what it is. It's about the bottom dollar for him. And he's been saying that for years, since the 80s. It's business. But the problem is politicians, I think, and I'm not saying this to be pro-Trump or anti anything else, politicians for so long have tricked the people into thinking that it's not a business.
Right.
And it is a business.
I listened to a gentleman say that America stopped being a country about 30, 40 years ago, and it's a corporation now.
The fuck? No, America been a country. I mean, been a corporation since goddamn day one.
Right.
Come on, what are we doing? This is the whole reasoning between separating from the king, right? Was so I can run my own business, my free enterprise. I can be as rich as I want. I can own what I want. That's what this is all about.
Right.
That's what the whole leaving. Okay, I can make my money how I want to make my money, and I can worship how I want to worship. The Catholic Church don't tell me what to do, and the king don't control my money. That's what it's about. So it's been a corporation since day one. So I'm trying to figure out why people are so poopy faced about what's going on.
So, with him being a businessman and this being the corporation or business to be ran, I just don't see this. Why is there such disdain for like him being in office? Because this is what he was pretty much bringing.
Because the establishment doesn't like him. He's coming to uproot the establishment. Okay. He's got a lot of enemies, bro. Like at the end of the day, that's what he chose to do. But you have to understand, especially now, when the country decided to side with Trump against the identity politics, that caused a big ripple but I like to say downtown Washington, D.C., right?
Right.
It's like, now what is he trying to do? He's coming in there saying, hey, y'all messing the money up. Y'all been messing the money up for a long time. I'm finna fix it.
What do you think?
A lot of heads gonna roll, yeah.
What do you think about all these propositions he's trying to impose?
He gonna clean it up. Like at the end of the day, it's like this. This is my best analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody messing up the church's money.
Oh, for sure.
The church don't have the money for the benevolence fund, but pastor driving the Bentley.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Again, here's a horrible way to put it. I'm gonna do it this way on purpose. The country decided to go with being able to feed themselves over a set morality.
Mm-hmm.
The people were hungry.
And, a lot of people, I had a conversation with a lot of people, and I felt like they didn't understand, like, where they were in America, or maybe they had too much money or whatever. But like we said, morality has taken a back seat to being able to put groceries in my refrigerator and food, gas in my car. Like, we're at that point. We're at that level where, of course, reproductive rights are important. Of course, transgender rights are important.
Everybody's rights are important.
Everybody's rights are important. But I can't feed my family.
So that means nothing now.
So none of that other stuff means nothing.
Okay, you talking about gender and sex and all that. The last thing I'm thinking about is gender and sex when I'm hungry.
Right.
Now, what happened was we forgot, I'll say it this way. The Democratic Party forgot where the numbers were in the population.
Mm-hmm.
There are more people living paycheck to paycheck than there are people who got it together. Okay, I think that, don't quote me on this, but
no, you're right.
I think it's if you don't have 3 months living expenses in your checking, if you don't have 6 months living expenses in your saving, you're considered into poverty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that again. If you don't have 9 months living expenses in your bank right now, you're in the poverty sector. I don't care if you make $1 million a year. If you can't sustain it. So now we're in a point in the country where everybody hungry, everybody hurting, and you worried about the president being a black woman. I'm hungry. I got a little black girl I got to feed. You talking about the dude want to be a girl and be on the swim team. I'm saying I can't even afford for my son to buy a swimsuit to be on the swim team.
Right.
You see what happened? And I think the Democratic Party built their campaign on, we don't like Trump. We got to get rid of Trump. We can't stand Trump. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But okay, cool. We agree that we don't like Trump, but what are we going to eat for dinner?
You know, and this one, of course, this is a no-brainer. But a lot of our African American sisters voted for. I'm talking about they voted in record numbers
and are willing to dispose of the black men who did not agree with them.
Why? What is it about the black woman that is like? You know what? I'm not even gonna go there.
No, let's do it because no. I feel you. So here's the problem with that.
Right.
Black women have proven themselves to be resourceful regardless of the situation.
Correct.
So when you tell a black woman, well, baby, we ain't got enough to buy 6 eggs, we can buy 3. She like, nigga, I've been feeding y'all on 1 egg for the last 6 months. What are you talking about? Because every black woman I know over a certain age has fed their kids and went to bed hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I watched my mama do it.
For sure.
So a black woman, she's really not looking at, she's like, I've been surviving for this whole time anyway. What about this and what about that? So I get it.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? I get it. At the same time, the black men who are held accountable for being prophet, priest, and king of his household provide a protector. He like, I got like, yo, my last paycheck. I'm not even living paycheck to paycheck now. I'm living paycheck halfway through, praying to get to my next paycheck.
Right.
So the brothers is looking like, yeah, baby, I hear you, but you gonna talk about me like a dog. I ain't gonna be worth a damn if I can't provide. What kind of man is you? You can't even put food on the table. You can't even pay the light bill. You can't. Because it's not like the prices of gas are going up with the salaries. You see what I'm saying? So, I mean, I understand both sides, you know, and I get it. Yes, we would love to see a black woman president. That's a whole nother conversation because she didn't present herself as a black woman. That was my first argument. Right. Now, had she stood up there and said, my sisters, had she stood on, you know, being an AKA from Howard, right. Had she stood on that, then I'd have been like, all right, okay, I hear you, you know, fam, first fam, you know, it is what it is, as an alpha.
Right.
Right? But that's not what the campaign was led on. With the sisters understanding where they come from, I don't think they were worried about the economy as much because they survived far worse.
Right. Yeah. It was said that she ran her campaign looking like a single strong black woman instead of a married woman that has a Caucasian husband and biracial children. Right. And it was designed like that so more black to get more black African American votes. Right. Do you really think it would have hurt her to show her husband and her kids? I feel like that probably would have gave her a stronger front.
No. What hurt her was after she stated she came from a middle-class family. Mm. After you stated that the first couple times, all right, cool. Now how are we gonna fix this situation?
Right.
But again, I think they were putting more emphasis on the anti-Trump campaign than, because Trump came out and said, hey, look, Mr. Black Man, these Mexicans taking your jobs. I'm gonna send them home. That's hard to argue.
Right.
Because the black man, the black man, look, I'm just trying to feed my family. That's all I'm trying to do. Because at the end of the day, y'all don't understand what the black man go through when he look his woman in his face, look his kids in the face, and say, baby, we ain't got it. After you done told this woman daddy you was gonna take care of her. You see what I'm saying? So it was a hard campaign for black folks anyway, because yes, we would love to see a black woman in the Oval Office. At what cost?
Right. Now, do you feel like Trump even has the ability to restore the middle class.
Absolutely. Because now we're just talking about numbers, legislation. That's all that is. Because, and again, what is he finna do with the whole Doge, Department of Government Expenses and all that? Y'all messing up the church's money. So we finna go in there and figure out, don't forget, who was that failed the audit for the 7th time?
The Pentagon?
The Pentagon.
Mm-hmm. They said it would take years to...
Where'd the money go?
Right.
And I get it. Yes, we have black accounts, to do stuff that don't nobody need to know about.
For sure.
But wait a minute. How do you have all this money and the people are struggling? I'm going to ask this question one more time. The biggest thing, the Democratic Party would have easily won this entire election had they said, all right, immigrants, we're going to give you some money. After we take care of this homeless, after we take care of our own people, then y'all can get whatever you need to get. That would have done it. But I know people right now who live in New York who were complaining about immigrants getting $6,000. Come on, bro. You got the money to give illegal immigrants $6,000, but you complain about a $1,200 stimulus? The math ain't mathing. Mm-hmm. So now what you've done, you done pissed off the people, and now you got Vivek Ramaswamy, and you got Elon Musk, I hope I said his name right, finna come in there with their accountants.
Right.
Elon Musk know how to run a business. And you can say what you want to say about Trump.
Yeah.
Elon can run a business. I don't care if you like him. He might be an alien, whatever conspiracy theory you got. But he's shown you that he can run a business.
Mm-hmm.
So the business ain't been running right for however long. And now the people are mad, and the people made their choice in November. Because at the end of the day, who really cares who's at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue if my pockets and my bank account is right? We don't care.
Right.
And that's what Trump as a businessman knew. But I think I'm not going to blame it on Kamala. I'm going to blame it on her advisors because somebody should be like, hey, let's get the vote first.
Right.
Let's secure the vote first and do this other stuff later. Because at the end of the day, the LGBT community, transgender community, is not big enough to move the polls just yet. They coming, right? Mm-hmm. They're not even, they might be just a little bit bigger than the African-American community, maybe, but they're not big enough to move the polls yet. But here's what happened. I'm finna be real. You got a whole lot of broke white folks mad.
For sure.
Say what you want. And okay, white men, white women. Come on, bro. Like, sisters, I love you. We can't even blame this on the brothers this time.
Because we voted with y'all. They didn't even, we followed them.
Scared.
We followed them.
Scared we weren't gonna get none.
Scared we went.
For 4 years.
Bro. You
hear me?
I got calls from my mama. You better vote for her.
Bro, let me tell you something. I want to call her name. I got a beautiful cousin in Florida. I love you so much. I want to call her name. I'm not going to do it, though. I made a post because y'all see me post. I'm unbiased. I'm on everybody's ass. It is what it is. And I made a post and she got mad. I'm unfollowing everybody. I don't care if you family or not, if you support Trump. I didn't say I supported either one of them. I'm on their ass because Republican Party do some stupid shit and the Democratic Party do some stupid shit. And I'm talking about I got unfollowed and blocked by family. I was like, dang, this is serious. The identity politics, right? Mm-hmm. But they were smart enough to get into the psyche of the people to get your head off of what's really going on and have you focus on, you are misogynist. Mm-hmm. You are a racist if you vote for Donald Trump.
Right.
Think about that, bro.
You know, we had...
You hate women. If you vote for you really hate black women. See, you just don't. You know what? You can't stand to see a woman in charge if you vote for Donald Trump. That's where it went.
You know, I had this discussion with somebody else about Trump is a racist. I was like, did you not see him send thousands of white people to the stairs of the Capitol building to riot?
First of all, what? No, let's do it. Let's talk about racism. When Kamala Harris came against Michael Jackson, where did Michael Jackson go? Trump House.
Mm-hmm.
When y'all wouldn't support Nelson Mandela, he couldn't get a flight out. Trump's plane went and got him. Racist. Nelson Mandela? Oh, it was just a PR stunt. PR stunt. Well, it worked.
Right.
Come on, man. Like,
and he freed Kodak. And Wayne.
We ignore that. Come on.
Yeah, so
I mean, do I know whether or not Trump is a racist or not? He has said some horrible things. Like, look. Whoever in charge of what this man say over this microphone, y'all need to get good enough at cutting the TV off, cutting the mic off when he start leaving a little script. Okay, that's it. But he's not a politician. He's not groomed to say the right thing no matter what. So he gonna mess that up.
So here's my thing. I'm like, I don't believe racism. I'm misogynist. I believe if you're in his way, you just get stepped on. If you a nigga in his way, you get stepped on. If you's a black, a white, a Mexican, you get stepped on. It's just that simple. Like
that's business.
If you're and that's always been business.
That's business. But here's the thing: when we make business look like something other than it is, it's easy. Perfect. We're gonna get to it, but it's easy. It was easy to say he just don't like black women.
Right.
It was easy to do that. But the problem was you did it. Okay, what's the fix? We still got to buy gas. Like what? Right. We still need some policies. And then when you did the little, I felt it was a slap in the face and it was untimely. The whole proposal for black men get a couple $1,000s and some weed. Like what are we doing here? What are we doing here? It was a whole little thing for black men that she was gonna do right at the last minute. But that's not how we do that. No, because it's not the black men that's gonna move that pendulum on voting day, on election day, excuse me.
Was it Chocolate Pawpaw or Body Bow going to vote? Like, and if so, did the military mind of Body Bow or
if Body Bow, if Black John Wick was walking to the booth, he's looking at the economy. He's looking at laws that could affect his career. He's looking at policies that can affect his son and his granddaughter. Okay. If Chocolate Pawpaw is going to the booth, he's looking at financial stability to maintain his lifestyle. And he's looking at the expectation of the queens involved in said lifestyle.
There you go.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
One thing, my dad loved that dude to death. Senior, he told me years ago, he said, son, there's gonna be a lot of stuff I do around this house that you're not gonna like, but it's gonna be to make sure that you get what you need. And I think that's what happened. A lot of things that I've had to do as a father, y'all have had to do as a father that you didn't really want to have to do, but you had to do it so that your child can have what they needed. And the queen can have what they needed. How many times did you watch daddy make a call in opposition to mama and everybody else in the house so that you could have? Mm-hmm. I think that's where we were. I don't know for sure. We're going to find out. We got 4 years to really see what happened, right? But for whatever reason, we know the reasons, the American people chose differently. I find it mighty strange because the LGBT community has more white men and women than anything else. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, when we take the polls, we can't separate them LGBT, straight, bi, whatever. We can't do that. Right. But I'm looking at the numbers and the math is not mathing. How many of y'all in the LGBT transgender community, how many of y'all flipped the script when you went to that voting booth? That's the question we need to ask. Because the only people we can call misogynists and hate women is white men and white women.
Now, in one of his propositions, he wants to have all branches of government and federal governments answer directly to him.
They've been doing that.
Huh?
They've been doing that.
Oh, they've been doing
He's
that.
the president of the United States. He's the commander in chief. That's what that means.
So there has never been a separation for basically. They've always had to answer directly to the president.
They just haven't flexed it.
Right.
Well, Roosevelt flexed it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? You know, but it's not like it hasn't been flexed.
Right.
So Trump gonna go in a perfect example. Everybody in the Middle East is nervous right now. They're nervous as hell. Because what did he say? If this shit ain't right between now and January 20, it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
That's a flex. If I send my generals out, it's gonna be a problem.
Mm.
So now the world is like, damn, this dude, fuck, what are you gonna do? Man,
Police total immunity for police officers.
it's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
No. Okay, because again, we still got to vote on that, right?
Right.
Come on, and we know for a fact that police are not trained to capacity like the actual government is, like the military. That's paramilitary.
Mm.
What does it take to be a police officer? You leave high school and you go through a couple weeks of training, and then now you're a police officer. Come on, bro, that's not gonna happen. No, they show far too many mistakes for that. That's not gonna pass.
So basically, all of the fears that people have for Trump being in offices aren't really warranted.
Well, here's what I'll say, and here's what's funny to me. Donald Trump is the only person who can stand up in a mic and say something casually, and everybody has all the faith that he's actually going to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
I'm going to say that one more time.
He just says,
Donald Trump said, yeah, I think cops should have absolute immunity, and just walk away like, oh my God, he's got...
I mean, they start clapping.
They gonna clap, but then you got people scared now. He gonna let the cops do what they want to do. No, it doesn't work that way. Think about right now. He's trying to establish his cabinet, right?
Right.
He's got to present these people to Congress, and they got to vote on them.
Yes. A woman chief of staff. Yeah, I give it to him.
At the end of the day, let's run this down. Let's say this slowly. Why is it that everything Trump says, the people act like he's just going to be able to snap his finger and do? Why are you afraid of this? So he gonna be the first president to mess the Constitution up?
Right. Yeah, right. Come on now.
As many times, y'all tried to impeach this man for not wearing a mask, last I heard.
Come on.
So what? Come on, man. So now it's a lot of fear mongering going on. That's for those who don't know, for those who didn't pay attention in social studies in middle school. Yeah, you're gonna be pinging right now.
So let me ask you, what's your thoughts when you see, is he changing the precedent what presidential power is? Because he's saying, hey, them felony charges I got that's pending, I'm gonna kill that. And then you see Biden go off and say, hey, my son, I know I told y'all I was gonna get involved, but nah.
His son was a cover up.
Yeah.
His son was a cover up.
So
that was bullshit.
I know.
His son is nobody. What he did after that is powerful. He pardoned the people who ain't even got charges yet.
See, that's a mother. Hey, that's
so when Trump get in office and he try to put charges on people, he can't do it.
Yeah.
What the hell did you do for Biden to pardon you and you ain't even locked?
Yeah, come on now. So
look here, man.
It's showing me that
y'all was making paper airplanes and shit and playing tic-tac-toe in social studies in elementary school and middle school. A lot of people don't even understand the branches of the government and how they work.
Come on.
Biden, wait a minute. Why did Biden pardon Fauci?
Yeah. Why did he? Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Now, Fauci was the one that told y'all stay home, don't go to work, kids can't go to school, and then he just stood up this year. I didn't tell y'all not to go to work and not to go to school. I didn't tell y'all that. What did Fauci do that he would need a pardon before he got accused of anything? It's like 5 other people too.
Oh, man.
But y'all don't watch the news. Y'all be
we doing this.
No. Nah, we too busy wondering why Diddy got all that goddamn baby oil.
We on the entertainment. We on the entertainment side of things, man. Politics and religion we leave, on the cutting room floor. But no. With that being said, let me just get your take. January 20th, which is it falls on Martin Luther King Day, which is crazy. Do you feel the next 4 years? What do you get out of it as far as what are you prepping for?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be so honest with you. And a lot of people get mad at me for this. Hey, if you're a fan of me, I love you. I need you to understand. But look, I have a twisted mind. Let me help you all out. Donald Trump has entertained me every single time he got in the mic. Him, Cat Williams, Charleston White. It's the list of people that I can guarantee, I can bet money I am going to laugh at something that they say. So I've always said this, put yourself in a position, put you and your family in a position to where it does not matter who's in office, because guess what? The pendulum swing real far left. We put Obama in office. It swing back right.
Come on now.
And now it's swing back left to Biden.
So,
and now it's swinging back right again.
So you feel like Trump's next 4 years is going to be like a Vegas residency, where he's just back on stage doing his 1-2 step?
I think that in combination with he's going to have to leave a legacy.
Yeah, I think they're going to want to
Trump is the type of guy, so don't forget, anytime you put that kind of money into a building with your name at the top of it,
you got ego.
You want the people to praise you monumentally. So he's going to do something great. He's going to do something where everybody be like, God damn, we got to give him his rose.
He's with Elon Musk. I know they're planning something. I know they're planning something together.
Wait a minute. I'm going to drop this on y'all. Notice, as soon as he teamed up with Elon Musk, all the anti-EV talk Trump was doing stopped, didn't it?
Hey, no, for real. It did. Immediately. I'm talking day one. Like, I bet we good.
Business, bro. Like, come on. Like, they're going to do something, because here's what he's saying. He wants, again, this is so much bigger than race. If you want to attach a color to it, you got to attach green. Trump is pissed off that there are so many countries richer than America.
Yeah.
That's his issue.
He's been adamant about that.
He's been, since he was on the Oprah show. He was on Oprah in the 80s talking about that. I want America to be the richest country because I'm an American.
To say we look weak, it just hurts his soul.
Hurts his soul. And for him to say, I was the one that put money in America. Come on, because here's the play. If we can take the lower class from where it is and push the lower class from zero, well, expand it from zero to about $72,000 a year, it's a wrap. I'm going to say that one more time. If the middle class started at $73,000 a year, what would this country look like? You see where I'm at now?
Come on.
So at the end of the day, money ain't everything, but it make a lot of shit easier. King Solomon said that.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. You say if we can raise the standard.
No. Raise the annual income of the lower class. The cap be at $72,000. Just say.
You say that. How is that possible if tariff is going up, taxes are going up,
tariff.
The price
yes, let's do it. Yes, sir.
Living is going up.
Let's talk about it. All right. Let's just say I own a shirt business, right? It's cheaper for me to buy those shirts in bulk from China. Yes?
Yep.
Okay. Watch this. When I shut that tariff down, now guess who I have to buy my shirts from? You. But guess what you're not allowed to do now? You're not allowed to price gouge. Now you have to stay within a competitive market of your prices. So here's what we get to do. You know what? I might be able to buy shirts at $2 a shirt from China, but now there's the tariff. But you know what, Queen Angel, I'm gonna go ahead and buy it from you for $225, which is just a little bit above that. So now the money stays in-house. All he's trying to do, from my assumption, I could be wrong, 4 years gonna tell it, he's trying to do what we should have been doing with the black community, what we were doing back in Black Wall Street.
Yes.
Keeping the money inside the border.
Correct.
If you keep the money inside the border, we have to elevate as a people.
Correct.
Now, let's talk about this. Here's my issue with usins. If we roll this back to 1920 something, wasn't nobody going to work clocking in, clocking out like we doing now. Everybody was an entrepreneur. Everybody got at least a grandma or a great auntie who sold cookies, cakes, cooking dinners. Everybody was an entrepreneur. I grew up in the Orange Grove, bro. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Come on, picking them.
Picking Orange Grove, putting them in the truck with my daddy, taking them to Minute Maid. What are you talking about? But we live in a society right now, think about it. They're bashing entrepreneurs. Everybody want to be an entrepreneur. Everybody want to be an entrepreneur. Whoa.
Why you got so many businesses, Soldier Boy?
When your black ass, watch this, when the racists wouldn't let your black ass work in the factory, you ain't had no choice but to cut grass and sell plates. What is you talking about? Now when a brother start a business, you dogging him? So that's, again, it's a business move. If he does it correctly, like I just said, shut down that stuff coming outside and giving it back to the community and stopping us from price gouging each other, then we'd be, again, then the whole thing will go up. I think. That's just me. I could be wrong. 4 years, he's going to tell it. Yeah.
Mass deportation. Do you think he's going to be able to get that off like he want to?
No, I don't think it's like he want. It sounds good, right? Mm. But we got too many laws in place, and we got too many people who are just not going to play that game. Mm. Because the question is now, are you going to break up family? Because according to the Constitution, but when the Constitution was written, it wasn't written for an illegal immigrant to sneak in, then have a baby, that baby's a citizen. It wasn't written for that.
Right.
It was written for, if you come over here, go through what you got to go through to become a citizen, and you have a child, we're not going to put that child through that because they're here and you're a citizen already.
Right.
So right now the question is, well, you split the families up? And he said, no, I ain't split the families up. Y'all go too.
They all go together. Y'all go. So do you think... Do you think he's
extremely difficult? That is extreme. That is another Trump extremism, right? I do agree with not allowing the criminals to come over, but then again, you still have to have a vetting process. Right. Again, he did say, I don't have a problem with anyone becoming a United States citizen the right way. Just do it the right way. Stop sneaking across the border. Why can't you just go through the regular channels like everybody else? Why can't you just learn where the Statue of Liberty is and learn whatever you got to learn to become a citizen? What's wrong with that? Why do you got to keep sneaking across the border? That's it. That's all I think. We gonna see. 4 years.
The Board of Education.
That's it. Now, go ahead, ask your question. I love that. That's my shit.
What are your thoughts on his changes that he'd like to make?
What has the Board of Education done for you and us from day one? So what they're doing, pay attention. Oh, well, the Black history, he not gonna really teach that. Well, first of all, I didn't learn real Black history till I got to Bethune-Cookman College in Daytona Beach, Florida in 97. Which is where I think it's supposed to be taught anyway, because it can be taught unfiltered. We'll talk about that later. Do you understand? Because we don't have the capacity in our education system to teach everybody's history. Because if we teach all the Black history, we got to teach all the Mexican history. Everybody that came here outside of whoever, we got to teach that history. But I think that's just something to throw out there. But the reality of it is, y'all didn't learn entrepreneurship until you had the boots on the ground entrepreneurship by your damn self. You learn by trial and error. What if you learned entrepreneurship in 6th grade? Right. But wait a minute. You got in trouble for selling lollipops and candy in 6th grade, didn't you? Mm-hmm. So when he's saying he's going to change the Board of Education, again, the people who don't like him are only focusing on, well, see, he finna take out Black history. He finna take out slavery. Okay. So which is more important? Teaching you all of the things that you actually needed to learn in society that you didn't until you got out there, or this little small micro issue right here?
They say.
I'm sorry, excuse me. Don't forget, the Board of Education was owned by J.P. Morgan and John D. Rockefeller.
The Board of Education is owned?
Was. They built it. They made it because they didn't want a nation of thinkers. They want a nation of workers for their factories.
Right. You want to go?
I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. But he doesn't. Trump ain't a politician. He not like he don't get up and articulate this shit like I'm doing it right here. He's like, look, hey, wait a minute. We don't have a nation of thinkers. We legitimately have a nation of workers. That's why a politician can get up and say something and everybody just go, yeah, I think he's right. Do we need to Google that? No, because Pastor said it so. Come on. So the Board of Education was never what it was supposed to be. The Board of Education was what it's supposed to be. It's never benefited us to capacity like we wanted it to. Because why do you think, I'll leave you with this. Why do you think, now our older black folks, the big push for a lot of us was to go where? To college. Why?
Further education.
Wait a minute. Whoa. If that were the case, why didn't you learn everything you're supposed to learn in high school? And you had to go to certain colleges too. Why? Because you didn't learn everything you were supposed to learn K through 12. Because guess what they taught you K through 12? They taught you how to work to make somebody else's millions. And then they flipped the script on you and they went in there, Spelman and all them colleges in Atlanta owned by white folks, they gave them to black folks because wait a minute, we can't let y'all go too far. We're going to teach y'all to not just work for us, we're going to teach y'all to manage our accounts for us to keep making us money. I could be wrong. This is just be me in my conspiracy theorist world, right? But even in college, as it sits now, they're not teaching. You can take entrepreneurship class. You see what I'm saying? You are still learning. You finna go get your master's degree in business to run someone else's, the person who probably don't even have a master's degree or a degree at all.
We were literally just having a conversation.
Yes.
And we were saying that, like, do you realize that when you were in school, whether it be college or high school, they never taught you how to pay bills. They never taught you how to what it takes to properly get an apartment
Teach you credit
or a
either.
house. They didn't teach you about credit and how to build credit and maintain positive
They taught
credit.
you gross domestic product though. Supply and demand though.
You know what fucked my head up? The last I had a job, the individual that was above me, and I have a college degree, the individual that hired me only had high school degree.
No. Stop right there. I don't give a shit what degree y'all got. Reallyfe Street Stars get big enough, you gonna hire somebody from goddamn Louisiana State to run these goddamn cameras.
For sure.
In that computer. You gonna find somebody to run the money side. You gonna find somebody who's got a media marketing degree to run your social media page.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
It's gonna sound good. You got the degree.
Do you hear me?
Right.
So when I put in my resume to work for Reallyfe Street Stars, I got more education than y'all got on paper, but you running the business and you the owner. So here, yes, you got enough money to pay me. Here we go. Here goes a success for us. Well, you know, Angel went and got her master's degree from the schoolhouse, and she make $100,000 a year working Reallyfe Street Stars.
Pennies in the bucket.
While Reallyfe Street Stars bringing in millions. That's nepotism. We can't have that. You got to get rid of him. We're gonna vote him out.
But like
Keep paying you, vote him out.
The average medium income, 36,000 a year. The average person.
What if the average was 72? That's why I said 72.
That changes the conversation.
Conversations are based on tax bracket, bro.
Yeah.
Stop bullshitting.
Yeah.
Y'all bullshitting, bro.
Come on.
I'm gonna tell you what messed me up. I'm finna be real. This white man, I ain't gonna put his name out there. Y'all probably gonna know who he is when I say it. I was just doing my thing, enjoying myself. I was flying around, and I landed at Grand Prairie Municipal. And guy out there, I see him all the time. He said, "Hey, come here, Oliver. Oh, come here." And always, I go fly till I smoke a little cigar. He said, "Hey, come have a cigar with me." I say, "Well, shit, all right, cool." Rich, stupid rich. So you smoke a cigar? I say, "Yes, sir." So he said, "Nah, you're not gonna smoke. You're gonna smoke this." I ain't gonna tell you what it was, but it'll point to him. And I look, it's a $72 cigar. It's like, okay. He said, "Oh, let me talk to you." I said, "What you got?" You know what I saw when you got out of the aircraft? I was like, "Oh my God, here we go." I said, no, what you got? He said, I saw a man with his shit together flying around in $372,000 of aircraft. So let me explain something to you, O. When you're on that radio, you talking to ATC, you're not black, you're not white, you're not Hispanic. You're a private pilot with enough money, discipline, and education to fly that fucking aircraft. Up here is money. All we see is money. Either you got it or you don't.
That's what we're shit. Cloud don't get you that high.
TikTok.
Cloud don't get you that high.
just on the
Mind you, I watch this man fly his $8 million aircraft all the time. The conversation is going to be tax bracket ridden. Think about it. When you go out, when you go with the homies, when you go hang out, when you go somewhere and you sit down and have a conversation, you can always tell how much money at the table. Certain conversations you're not going to have. The conversation is going to be different at $100,000 a year versus 36.
Definitely. It's not even. It's not even a black or white conversation.
Come on, bro.
It's like a.
I'm sorry. Let me go back. He said racism, prejudice is for poor folks. I'm sorry. Racism is for poor folks.
That's facts.
Prejudice is for everybody.
Yeah, because I'm a boat owner and not in the dock. It's a different conversation. We look out for each other over here.
I got a little old tracker, I got a little tracker bass boat. You know what I'm saying? I ain't big dog like he is. You know what I'm saying? I got a little tracker bass boat. It's got a couple seats and I do a little reel and ride a little once in a while, right?
Said the nigga with a plane.
Come on, man. Put a business side like that. Realize this side. You put a business side. I mean, it's a different, you're right, it's a different conversation, bro. You see what I'm saying? But what happened was racism sounds so much better. He doesn't like you because you're black. They don't like you because you're... Well, if that were the case, it wouldn't be no black millionaires in the United States. Why are black millionaires multimillionaires so quiet? Because their level of thinking is totally different. Because they understand something that everybody else don't. Fair?
Fair.
Because if I tell you how to get the million, and the first thing out of your mouth is, but see, because I'm not gonna waste my time with you.
Right.
These are not people with excuses.
Right.
Or the can't speech. Go ahead.
Just for my personal knowledge, what tax bracket do I have to be in to beat racism? What?
You know what? It's not about a tax bracket.
Okay.
Here's
Because I'm trying, bro. I was like, I know it exists. I know there's a place for racism.
prejudice. Okay, racism is the idea of control.
For sure.
Prejudice, everybody got that.
Gotcha.
Oh, you don't like me because I'm black. Man, it ain't got shit to do with me, my daddy, and my brother being pilots. Nothing at all.
Right.
You just a hater. That's it. So the definition of racism is the idea of control. Like, I am going to make sure this group of people can't do this. Right? Now, if a policy come down and say, hey, everybody Mexican, get the fuck out. That's racist, the motherfucker. That's racist, son of a bitch. You see what I'm saying? But he's not going to be able to do that. He might have racist-leaning rhetoric, but we can't classify him as racist, but we can definitely classify everybody as prejudice, because everybody got somebody they don't like. No, I mean, it's real hard. It's real hard. You can't stop somebody from being successful in an area. It's too hard for that. No.
Do you think they will be able to ban TikTok? Not will they be able to, of course they can, but do you think that's going to go down like...
No, and I'm going to tell you why. We got too many people coming out of the lower class, going into the middle class off of TikTok. Because all somebody got to do is call their congressman, so y'all finna take my job. That's what you're finna do. You're finna take my job. What you gonna do to put that money back in my pocket, Mr. and Mrs. Government? It sounds good. But everybody in the House, Senate, whatever, they got to vote on that. Now, I do foresee there being some issues because, like, again, these guys ain't stupid. It went from banning TikTok to buying it.
Yes. I want at least a percentage more than y'all.
Come on. I just want 51%. And the people, now look, let's be fair. Y'all was bullshitting in the prior years. Oh, all the rich folks in the government. Now you got some real money in the government. Cause I didn't even know Elon Musk was a citizen until he like jokingly. But I'm just like what he came out of nowhere with he invented PayPal. Did he invent PayPal or something like that?
Mm-hmm. No, wait.
Elon, what did Elon Musk invent? He came. He was something before
X. What did he invent?
Before Tesla. Before Tesla.
He did something. It was big.
Something that got him to Tesla. I forgot what it was.
Why do I keep thinking it's PayPal? Somebody.
No, that was his best friend.
His best friend. Come on, bro. Listen. Come on, your homeboy invented PayPal. Y'all tripping, man.
No,
huh?
It's PayPal.
It was PayPal.
Yeah.
It was.
His friend group. They all invented like PayPal.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Like, it was like
Starlink. Come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this is real money. This is real money. So at the end of the day, hey.
Now, I want to talk about some things going on in Texas.
Okay.
Maybe you can explain it to me. We can't look at porn no more.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Man, why?
So
what do you think made them?
I think they shut that down to combat what could come from the LGBT side. Don't forget the whole. I'm not gonna put it on the LGBT community. I'm gonna put it on the liberal side, right? But don't forget what all came from the liberal side. Okay, you got the slut walk, sex workers, all of that kind of stuff. You got to respect us. You got to treat us right. We got rights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so Pornhub specifically, they didn't shut down porn. Y'all upset about Pornhub because Pornhub was free to the motherfucker. You had to pay for that. Because you're not finna shut down OnlyFans.
Right.
That's people's jobs. You're not finna shut down the porn industry. It's people's jobs. Because it is structured just like every other thing. It's structured just like every other movie generating entity. They got their own businesses and everything else like that. So, okay, they shut down Pornhub, one website where you can't, y'all know y'all on X video. Stop playing.
X video trash though.
You know what I'm saying? You own it so much that you can judge the quality of it, bro. Listen, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Yeah, I can. Dallas nightlife.
Okay.
Everything closing at 2:00. Not everything, but the adult entertainment.
So when this happened, I was head of security at one of the bigger clubs. This is what I think. I think that the city of Dallas police department specifically did not have the manpower to upkeep it. And the chief, he didn't want to take that L and say, hey, we just don't have enough cops to do it, or we just need to shut this down to lower the crime. Well, hold on, stop. So you mean tell me 3 hours, you're going to shut down 3 hours early to cut back on crime? Why don't you hire more police officers to cover those zones? Most of the police officers around these clubs are off-duty police officers that are hired by the club. See that? Right. So that's just I could be all the way wrong. Somebody could come on and be like, no, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But standing there in the nightlife watching stuff, I've had to call the police to come clean some stuff up because stuff was happening at the club, and they would come after the club was closed and people done patched themselves up and gone on. You see what I'm saying? So unless it's legitimately a body going cold, they just didn't have the manpower to show up. But now, if you notice around 2:00 in the morning, what's really going on? Accidents. Mm-hmm. It's only traffic accidents. Not only, but you know what I'm saying? Of course, it's going to die down. Of course, you got your after hours. They going to come hit that up in a little bit. Just give me all the heads up. They finna come hit your after hours. I'm just letting you know now. They're on the way. So put your little coochies up and hide the money because it's finna be intense. Yeah. Free
gambling in Texas.
It's going to open up. Don't forget, you got some entities moving to Texas. Tesla being one of them. And what else is going to happen? They're trying to. It's so much money in it with the sports betting, how it's going now. Mm-hmm. It's coming. And as don't misquote me, I think Jake Paul was having a conversation about that as well.
So
Yeah.
my thing is sports betting a different type of gambling rather than your Vegas gambling, or is that?
It's all the same. It's just
Okay.
just a different access. So what happens is when the state decides, okay, we're going to okay gambling, you are going to increase a lot of things.
Right.
Suicide being one of them.
For sure.
Because you're giving people another avenue to ruin their lives. That's how they're looking at it. Because gambling, there's nothing wrong with it, but can you do it responsibly?
No.
You see what I'm saying? So that's the pushback, because at the end of the day, how much, yes, if they put a Planet Hollywood, was a Hollywood casino, if they put or whatever casino downtown Dallas or wherever in Dallas, it's going to bring a significant amount of revenue, right? But you're gonna bring problems with that. How many people gonna leave the casino drunk on top of, and what time does the casino close?
Never.
Now we got to go back and look at the two
That's
o'clock.
what I was. So I was thinking, like, you would shut down this field of entertainment and bring this one in, which
so that whole thing was garbage, because one, you're gonna say, okay, we're not gonna arrest them for prostitution, but we're gonna shut down the strip clubs.
Right.
This is a prime example of why the people need to get involved in these voting processes, because somebody had to vote on that. You understand what I'm saying? Now y'all showed up in November to vote for what was that? Which one was that? That y'all can do up to what? A whole bowl of goddamn weed now?
Right? Yeah, we did. It was out there in the
$1,600 worth of dope, and you cool, bro. You showed up for that. But we didn't show up for the things, you know what I'm saying? We got to take into account, we got to take some accountability here as citizens, doing our due diligence and doing our job and taking a part in the voting process. That's how a democracy works.
All right, let's go and run it up then. As a security,
yeah,
you know, they say, and again, I just got to tap into your mindset, because you've been around a lot of celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Do you put any onus on the security of Diddy or Jay-Z when you hear allegations come about with assault and things of that nature? Do you put any onus on the security around them?
Yes and no. Yes, if you saw it and chose the brown envelope over morality. No, if you didn't. We don't know.
That's right.
I know what I've seen and I don't know what I haven't seen.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? But now, be careful. You got security guards coming up. Yeah, I saw them doing this and doing that. Bro.
Yeah, all the security guards are coming. They're all the security guards are becoming famous on YouTube for telling the things they've seen with celebrities now.
At the same time, security guards can also get up and lie too.
They can.
Who's got the revenue to cross-reference and prove, disprove freedom of speech, right?
Freedom of speech.
Yeah, I was doing security for Real Life Street Stars, and they went in the back with such and such, came out sweating. I'm just saying. Come on, bro.
Hot tamale.
6 half dozen one or the other. But with the reality of it is, in the event an assault occurred and the security guard was there, all that victim has to do is say, it was there. You saw it. Now you subpoenaed.
Tory Lane's security guard got the hell out of Dodge.
The driver?
The driver.
Hmm.
He maybe took the brown envelope.
There are also people who are influenced. Because I find it mighty strange that not even Tory Lanez told the truth.
It is mighty strange that no truth lives nowhere.
Who party were they coming from?
Kylie Jenner, one of the Kardashian daughters. Yeah.
Who was he sleeping with?
Megan and the friend, allegedly, and maybe Kylie too. I don't know. It could have been all three of them. Could have been.
And what was the argument about?
Who was sleeping with who first and who had what?
Whose gun was it?
It was, let's just say allegedly it was.
Who?
Kylie, whatever.
Was it Kylie's?
Not Kylie, the friend, Kelsey.
Kelsey. It was Kelsey. Oh, shit.
So how did it get from her clutch to his hand? Pointed at Megan. No one's asking these questions.
Yeah, no, I think that.
But here's the reality of it. Is it better for Tory Lane to do his time in jail and argue after the fact, or to expose what's really going on? Now I'm being a conspiracy theorist, right?
Yeah, I mean, you about to take it there. You about to take it somewhere.
Because Tory Lane's daddy gave y'all the game.
He did.
He told y'all what was going on.
He screamed it. He screamed
it.
Yeah.
But he was the only one screaming it.
It fell on deaf ears.
Because if Tory Lanez that screamed it, we don't know what kind of paperwork he got on him.
Hey, man. All right, now you opening Pandora's box. All right. Yeah. Let me ask you this. There was a situation in which a guy just got acquitted for, and I forget his name.
Penny.
For strangling what he felt was an erratic man on a subway that was, of course, he felt as a threat. Choked him out for however many minutes until the man, of course, passed away. He was just acquitted of that. Again, this is a black man that was killed by a white man. So sometimes people look at that as race strictly and they go from there. A lot of uproar was about this. Give me your take, first and foremost, about the actual incident and the acquittal, if you don't mind.
The actual incident, we have an irate individual on the subway acting a fool. It was said that he was assaulting people, hurt a couple people, and Penny was trying to subdue him with a chokehold. Okay. Number of ways that can go. True enough, this was in fact a black man. True enough, Penny was in fact white. If this individual was being irate and Penny was trying to hold him, and according to the autopsy, he died later. And he had other drugs in his system that can impede on his heart function, the circulatory system, et cetera, et cetera. We got to take that into account. The big issue with this entire case, from my point of view, we got to be very careful with this.
You have to.
Here's why. Had he been prosecuted, thrown under the jailhouse, like black folks wanted, what you would have done, you would have sent a ripple through the entire country that would have said, if you getting your ass whooped, I'm gonna mind my goddamn business.
Sure.
That is extremely dangerous in any society because there were several people crying out for help, and that's what he stepped in to do. He didn't take it upon himself, yeah, let me go whoop somebody's ass today. That's not what it was. But we got to be careful because at the end of the day, had he stood there and allowed someone else to be killed, what would have been said then? We got to be careful with this stuff.
So what happens is you look at him choking out him and, of course, him passing away. Then you look at a Derek Chauvin stepping on or kneeling, doing his job.
Totally different.
Go ahead.
Totally different because
I mean,
the people standing around with their cell phones could have helped. It was only 3 of them.
Do you jump in with police? Do you interfere?
Do you? If you see an injustice, what does the law say?
What
Google
does the law
it.
say? Yeah, I'm about to Google it.
Wait.
Yeah,
I have a problem.
Yeah.
Now you pissing me off.
Yeah,
because you telling me that Trump gonna give cops absolute immunity when y'all was gonna stand around and let the cops do what they want to do anyway.
So
because last time I checked, all the niggas had to do was go to the courthouse with their shotguns and shook the whole world.
Yeah, they say it's no fun when the rabbit got the gun, but the cops all got the guns. And I got a cell phone. That's not my gun.
Interesting.
So I need to be a martyr to jump in there and get popped?
Interesting. Yeah. Somebody got to die.
Somebody got to die.
But here's what happened.
Life is too good out here.
Here's what happened. We're not finna get into George Floyd's past and all that, what he got going on. No. Somebody got to die for change to happen. That's the way society works with humans.
That is correct.
At the end of the day, we as black people are free because there's a whole lot of black people put their life on the line.
That is correct.
At the end of the day, when cops was acting stupid back then, black folks put their ass on the line, deacons of defense, to help get us up out of it. But now, y'all, hey, it is what it is.
I'll say this, when I seen Penny get acquitted, it does, like you said, I felt the same way that if a man is attacking or seem to be a threat and someone does subdue, whether even just tripping him and him hitting his head and passing out and dying from hitting his head on something, I did my job to subdue what I felt was a threat. Why persecute me for that? So
here's what I think we don't have enough of. Do you remember the cop in Florida that hid behind the little wall when them kids was getting in that active shooter situation?
Yes, I remember that.
You know they gave him his job back in back pay, right?
Oh, I say I thought he lost his job. I didn't know he got a job.
He did
back.
lose his job. They gave it back to him with back pay.
With back pay.
Because guess what? If he fears for his life, he has the right to preserve his own life as well. You see how mad y'all got with that? Just the thought of it. So you let the babies die? Yes. Because this dude in there with an AK or an AR-15 acting a fool.
Yeah.
And I got a pistol. Absolutely not. I'm outgunned. I'm going to wait for the SWAT team to get here. Listen to that. Listen to that. What if Penny decided, no, I'm going to let him do whatever he going to do. And when the cops get here after this bloodbath, I'm going to tell the cops, yeah, I'm such. I could have stopped the whole thing.
Trained Marine. Yes.
But I didn't. Well, why didn't you stop it? Because I didn't want to go to jail.
I guess where a lot of disconnect comes from is like,
it's just because he's white and the other guy's
not
black.
even that.
Yeah.
You're not paid to stop anything. Like, we look at it like,
What are cops paid to do?
do something, protect,
Serve what?
protect.
The law. Negative. No, ma'am. Absolutely not.
Whoa.
You want to be protected? You hire private security, baby. No, that's not what they for. No.
Oh,
Who told you that? Who told you
On the
that?
car, inside of the car.
Serve and protect what? Who? The law.
Yeah.
It is law enforcement, not personal protection. The fuck? Now you got me cussing and my mom may be watching this shit. They are law enforcement. They enforce the law. They are not here to protect you. What is your problem? Can you call your local police department? Hey, I need somebody to sit outside my house. My baby daddy come to get me. Ma'am, that's not what we're here for. What are y'all doing? Come on, man.
Well, we got guns, so that's what we do.
Oh, so you're taking the law into your own hands.
I will. If I
Well, guess what? Listen to what you're saying. Had Penny said, well, why do you have a gun? On the subway? Shit. Look at you now.
Yeah.
You see what we're doing?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So we can, all this fake outrage is crazy to me because we're picking little anecdotal little things. No, absolutely not.
Well, you're absolutely right what you said. It's like we see the color. Because if the black man,
All you saw was a white man choking a black man.
right.
Does that look horrible? Absolutely, because of the trauma that we've been through in this country dealing with foolishness. I get it. If this dude was wilding out, perfect example. How many times, all my security guys, how many people have you bounced off the concrete, broke necks, broke jaws, all that kind of stuff under the guise of protecting someone else? No one bats an eye. But again, the Good Samaritan now has become a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
What if we lived in a society to where everyone knew? Perfect example. It used to be a time where you couldn't open your mouth sideways to a woman in public without men whooping your ass.
For sure.
Now women are getting assaulted. Not, oh my God, it's all bad. And men are walking by, well, I got something to do. Because his woman at home is not gonna want him to put his life on the line for another woman that he don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
So now everybody just mind their business. What kind of world we gonna have then?
I mean, but you're making it seem kind of like a Minority Report, to where before you did the crime, we're gonna judge you for it. And that's kind of like, hey, he looks like he's gonna hurt people.
No.
Let me
he
take this man's
was
life.
he was in the act of acting a fool.
Yeah, he
That was Judge Dredd, never Minority
It was
Report.
a couple. Nobody died yet.
I wasn't finna do it. But listen to what you're saying. Perfect example.
You gonna wait till somebody dies?
Rook, he doing business. I'm at the QT. I see Angel coming out the QT, right? Random dude jumping on Angel. He not killing her, but he is punching her in the mouth though. I'm just gonna keep walking around my business. How does that make you feel, sir? So now, here's what a lot of the media didn't show about the Penny situation. You legitimately had black women standing there saying, hey, he was helping us out. Dude was wilding out, acting a fool. They didn't show that part. But even though you had black women testifying what was happening, we still looking at it like, no, Queen, you just gonna have to eat that because that was a white man choking a black man. Now you got to eat that one. What?
Speaking of protect black women, I just want your ideas on your thoughts on this. Cam Newton.
Okay.
His ideology about, just marriage and his relationships.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah.
Will you hear, man, because there was a woman, Dr. Bryant, who's saying he functions he's low function because instead of just reverencing the woman that he's with, he just cheats on her and disrespects her.
Okay. That's like, look.
I like because you.
Let's normalize the idea of how you and your partner function in y'all relationship is y'all business. Why are we constantly trying to force what we see or project what we see as a good relationship ideology for us onto other people? Not everybody wants to be married. Not everybody wants to have children, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When are we going to, all right, we got to stop with the whole, this going to be a sacred tradition, but this is not. We got to stop that, because what go on in your house is your business. We are so quick to get upset when somebody try to govern how we do our lives, but we want to govern each other's lives. If that woman that he's with is a consenting adult to whatever setup they got for this relationship, why is it a problem for any of us? Well, let's talk about why it's a problem. There are a lot of people who don't think people like Cam Newton should have a microphone because it would encourage other people who feel the same way to speak up instead of conform miserably to what they got going on. I ain't scared of none of y'all. You know where I'm at. Come holler at me. You understand? It's not right. So for her to talk down on him just because she has a degree and he doesn't want to live his life the way she wants him to live his life, that's a problem. I have a big problem with it because, ma'am, not everybody wants the life that you want. Go get your life, enjoy your life, and leave everybody else alone. They do, and I think he got more than one woman or something like that too.
Yeah.
Okay, that's his business. Are those two women, are they forced to be there? Are they consenting adults? Why do you care, ma'am?
Why do people be caring? Why
Selective outrage. Right. Selective outrage, bro. Because like, what? Did he break a law? Did he hurt someone? Did he do something to someone? No, you just want that rich black man to conform to your idea of black man. And he has options and he has choices. Don't forget where we come from. Of course, I love the Queens. I ain't never seen or cared about nothing outside the Queens. But when a man gets a little black man, gets a little bit of money, and he decides to explore his options, now it's a problem. Why can't he just live his life? You wasn't checking for him no way.
Right.
Huh?
Black is it.
But as soon as the black girl go get with a white boy, well, that's love.
Oh,
what?
Hell no.
Let's roll it back. Kamala Harris sitting up with the whitest of the white dudes as a husband. Huh?
Yeah, for sure. Nah, for real.
She on the side. Back and to the left.
They say,
come on, man, stop. And guess what? Do I genuinely care who her husband is? No. That's her. That's who she decided to lay down and sleep with every night. That's not, I don't care. But we have to stop trying to force people into our idea of what life and relationship is supposed to be about. No, let people be happy. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all miserable and you want everybody else to be miserable with you.
We got Dr. Umar coming in. He might disagree.
I don't give a goddamn about, I don't care about none of that. I don't. Because guess what? Dr. Umar don't pay, I love Dr. Umar, by the way. He don't pay my bills. The black man was oppressed into only knowing to take care of the black woman. So when the black woman subconsciously sees a black man go elsewhere, it feels like my protection is being taken away from me. And it makes sense, and I get it, right? At the same time, I'm like, baby girl, like, look, it's a whole lot of men out here that's checking for you, that's gonna love you right, that's gonna treat you right. pay attention to them. We keep looking at movie stars, right? You're looking at Cam Newton. Cam Newton is less than 0.0000025% of the population. A lot of people ain't living like Cam Newton. Hardly anybody's living like Cam Newton. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when I saw that interview, I was like, no, that's a knock at black men as a whole, because now you've taken an opportunity to knock down a successful black man. When black men need to be uplifted. The last thing we need to do is knock down a successful last thing we need to do is put a black woman up to knock down a successful black man, because the black men who are trying to become successful are going to subconsciously think, which is not true, see, when I get to that level, I'm not even going to have the support from the sisters then. Fuck it, I'll just go get a foreign, like they say. No. Come on, man. And then here we go to passport bros. You see what I'm saying? So, and I think that's by design. I don't think that's the true nature of black women. I don't. I genuinely don't. Because 99.9% of black women that I've encountered, because see, had that interview been structured properly, and she asked a question like, well, first of all, Mr. Cam Newton, you have such and such many women. Can you actually afford these women? Yes, ma'am, I can. Are these women happy? Are they taken care of? Yes, ma'am, they are. What's the conversation then? Well, you know what? As a matter of fact, doctor, whoever you are, no, I'm not marrying any of them, but they do. They all have access to an estate in case something happened to me. They got the same benefits as a married woman anyway, without the drama of the courts. Oh, you want a ceremony? Okay, cool. Let's go do the ceremony. Let's do a ring. Let's keep the white folks out of our business. Now we have to end the interview and you don't get no views and likes. But when I cut stuff up, TikTok, young boss, me and you have a long talk, bro. You have a long talk. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Me, you gonna have a long talk. I'm going to get in my plane and I'm going to fly myself to you, and we're gonna have a long talk. All right? All right. So the clickbait, I love TikTok, yo, boss, that nigga. The clickbait, so we're gonna take a segment of her dogging him out, a successful black man. We're gonna dog him out because of his choice in relationships. How does that help us as a community?
It doesn't.
Because Cam Newton is in a position to say, hey, black man, I ain't got a problem with you having more than one woman, but you damn sure better take care of all of them more than their daddy can take care of them. Right. Now, if we gave him the space to say that, that would have motivated black men to step up like black women been asking them to from the beginning. Not the beginning, just 30 years ago. No scrubs. Okay.
Now, narcissism.
Oh my God, everybody's a narcissist. It's like 7 things that require you to be a narcissist, and 99.9% of the population got like 5 of them. That's the stupidest. Everybody's a narcissist.
So they say diagnosed narcissism. What do you think about? Can you be diagnosed as a narcissistic?
Bro, let me go ahead and say this. Everybody needs to just take some time out. Find you a DSM-5. Look up narcissists. It's like 7 to 9 whatever things that you have to be a diagnosed narcissist, and all of us got at least half of them. It's like, come on, bro. This is just a new word that y'all done learn, and you don't know how to say nothing else. And you mad at somebody, and they don't agree with you, and you don't like them, and now, well, you don't like them anymore, and you want to call them a narcissist. Can we stop? Can we leave that in 2024?
Right. What about all the celebrities that are going down that are black? What do you think about that?
That are going down that aren't black?
No, that are black. Like Jay-Z, R. Kelly, Diddy, and it's targeted to, black people, but it's all about sexual stuff. How do you feel about that? You think this is designed, or you think they're really doing this?
No. No. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this. What does the average white man do in their position when they get caught up in a scandal?
What do they do? What do they do?
What did the last one do?
Hung himself?
He went out the...
He killed himself?
He got deleted.
Yeah.
It depends on who's involved. Because when we're talking about the R. Kelly situation, everybody's quiet right now on all fronts, waiting on the P. Diddy situation. I don't think it's a black or white issue. I think it's a flamboyant issue. Because everybody got dirt. Yeah. Are you pompous about your dirt? Is your dirt on Front Street messing up business? Now, how do you hang yourself in a cell with nothing to hang yourself with? Well, that means you was messing up business. You with me? Right. So I think the dirt has always been there. Rich, uber rich people always have got some dirt, right? And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, no, everybody's got dirt, but it's always, the spotlight is always on the popular rich people who get caught up in dirt, right? If it doesn't matter who you are, if you famous and you rich and you get a DUI, everybody gonna know about it, right? So when it gets into the sexual perversions and all this other nonsense and stuff that people got going on, it's never just, hey, this person went and did a thing. No, it was a big old party and Senator A was there and Senator B was there. These other important people were there. So, and guess what? I got a campaign coming up. I can't be associated with you. But see, the promotion of the quote unquote Diddy party was not the Diddy party. It was who was at the party what made the party famous. Could you get on the list to be invited to the party, if that makes sense? So now, I have no idea, never been, I'm out on the list. Never even wanted to go. Definitely don't want to go. So when stuff go awry, everybody gonna try to clean their hands of it and they gonna leave you out to dry. So my question is, if you didn't do those things, cool, stand on business. But if you did, bro, what's wrong with you? Because of the stuff they saying you did, it's not making sense. I get it. People have their issues, but when you get in, my thing is when you get into messing with the babies, I got a problem. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Like, what's wrong with you? Why? What's the why behind this? What? When I know for a fact at that level, because I work around a lot of these people all the time, it's grown women that's down for whatever. It's grown men that's down for whatever. Whatever your flavor is, they down for whatever. Why the babies? I don't give a goddamn about none of that stuff if it's consensual adults. But we got allegations of grown men saying that they were drugged and assaulted. Come on, bro. Like, so again, we don't know if it's true or not. Yes, yet, of course. But when the smoke clears, the people, the powers that be, is thinking not strange that he in not protective custody, but he on lockdown. Ain't nobody gonna be able to get their hands on Diddy for a while. Because we got to find out, and I don't even think it's about Diddy. The government want to know who was at that party. Right. It's not even about Sean Combs anymore. It's really not about Jay-Z. He just made a statement the other day too. It's really not about Jay-Z. We won't, because they're not the power brokers. They're not.
You know, I agree. I just don't know, again, like 50 Cent said, I don't know if Jay-Z gets put on, to run the Super Bowl with allegations. Because normally people with just allegations is enough to say, yeah, we got to cut ties from what you see. I just want to see how this goes now when the powerful.
When the powerful people are involved, they do not want to be associated with the BS. But here's my question. Why were these things put out on Front Street pompously and flamboyantly so much?
That's the bravados of a rapper. That's the whole aura. Of
No, the bravado of a rapper is not little girls, bro. What are you little kids? What are you talking about?
Not so much the age of a child, but
okay, to turn up the nightlife. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
the nightlife.
But we talking about
women.
We talking about the baby oil. We talking about all the crazy nonsense, bro. You got tapes and you got videos of people that can you can blackmail them. You can do all this other stuff. I hope it's not true. I really do, because there are only a couple successful black men that we can hold on to that ain't got dirt on them like that. I thank God for Denzel Washington. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, man.
I say, he probably got a traffic ticket. They're gonna exploit him in a little bit. He got a, he probably.
He gonna get heavy. I think he just said he was doing coke throughout his life. I think he's getting ahead of a situation that might come out.
Well, Barack Obama said he smoked weed in college, so
yeah, you got to get ahead of it.
Get ahead of it. Yeah. If I tell my business first, you ain't got nothing to repeat.
You ain't got nothing on me. I own the power. I own the power.
I hate that the conversation is the black man. I hate that. At the same time, if you did it, you got to pay for that.
Yeah, I don't think we fought for Jesse Smollett the way we. Well, I guess we're not fighting for Diddy and them, so I guess we treat them all bad.
So are we? So Jesse, come on, bro.
I don't know where we're
like,
going with that.
Bro,
Anyway.
bro. And then the dudes came up and said, yeah, he paid us to do it. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that was all. He's still saying he's innocent. I mean, he's sticking to his innocence. With that being said, again, these conversations, what we want to do is
we can do them on a monthly basis.
Yeah, we need to be Eric. We need to, because the fans do want to hear from you as far as your knowledge behind some of the things. And again, we have a new whole conspiracy base.
My theories are not absolute. This is what I think.
We just run it, but people love to hear them. Yeah. So we're gonna have you back on a regular basis. But for those that do want to follow or kind of debate with you a little bit,
yeah.
How can they get at you? Are you even up to debating them? On your personal page?
As a matter of fact, I have been. My coattail has been pulled by Reallyfe Street Stars. I will start a series on TikTok, running through some information. I will go ahead and do more live stuff on YouTube. I'm gonna get on it. Instagram gonna be popping yet again. So for those of you who already know, last time
we're gonna pump you back in the album.
Last time we went viral was because I had a life-changing situation, and that definitely changed my life, and I'm grateful for it. In spite of, I'm surprised Angel didn't hit me with more questions on that.
You said you're grateful for it.
I take care of it. Man, look here. I look at it like this, man. Life happens, right? So we know life is going to happen and how we respond to it. Okay? Because everybody's like, oh, you got the divorce and you got the contracts and la, 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 la. Look, man, I ain't got nothing ill to say about nobody. I wish her all that she deserves. You know what I'm saying? I'm living life. I'm loving it. I have no complaints. If I did complain, I'd be lying. I ain't going to.
I'm just curious, what does change for you? Do you look back at old posts and
I went through that. Yeah. I went through because anytime you go through a breakup, a divorce, no one gets married to get a divorce, bro. But of course, going back through it, I look at it, it's an L, but it's a lesson, not a loss. You see what I'm saying? I'm learning from it. So, and I got a chance to I sat down with my therapist and we went all the way back to my first girlfriend, my first crush. And sequentially, she made me sit down and write down and go through all of it. And I got a chance to learn who I was as a person. You know what I mean? And you need to learn who you are. Whoa. Yeah, learn who you are, but you also need to learn what you need. You also need to learn how to articulate what you need. You also need to learn how to vet and choose those who are compatible to be a fitting match for what you need, as well as you doing your due diligence to be what they need at the same time. So no, I'm not finna sit here, and I'm just not the type of dude to come on social media and be bashing and talking crazy about people. Nah, whatever. Because at the end of the day, this is me. It's stupid of me to get on here and bash any of my exes when y'all saw me choose them. Fuck.
Then it goes back to questioning decision making. We ain't trying
you know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. But like I said, you can't make nobody stay with you.
Are you looking to jump back into that pool again?
Dating?
Dating leading to marriage, open to it? closed-minded to it right now?
I'm not closed-minded to anything. I've learned again what it is I need, and the universe gonna do what it do.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's some queens out there. Don't get it twisted. Queen, because I don't want nobody. I've had, bro. My social media was blowing up, bro. People was asking all kind of questions. No, I'm not leaving the black woman. I don't see nothing else. I can't.
There you go.
I ain't even try. I ain't gonna try. I don't want nothing else. But like I said, I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, they this and they that. No, man. I love the queens, and I'm saying again, I wish her all that she deserves, man, for real.
Have you ever thought about being a silver fox?
I actually, several people put my name in the hat, but it appears I'm too masculine and rugged.
Too masculine and rugged?
Whoa. I'm not that. I'm not as soft as I should be. That's what I was told. But whatever.
Ooh. You know what though? I can see it. I see it.
Yeah.
Oh, so for those that do want to get at you, what all social medias are you on? How can they?
Literally all of them. The big stuff, Body by 0318 on Instagram. That's where all the tactical stuff, all the political stuff, all of that. Personal side, I get to, relax a little bit. That would be the Chocolate Pawpaw _official on Instagram. The hybrid between the two is the TikTok, Chocolate Pawpaw _official. That's the hybrid between the two.
Niggas do not follow.
Sir,
Chocolate
please
Pawpaw.
don't. Please.
Please do not follow Chocolate Pawpaw.
God
You
damn,
niggas.
man.
Which one you flying a plane on?
All of them.
All okay.
Yeah.
Flex on all of them.
God,
Well, with that being said, he's a guy. Well, with that being said, once again, we're gonna bring you in as more of a reoccurring guest because again, the level of knowledge.
Hold up, Queen. I know you got some because you good. You got questions.
Do you have anything about the situation that happened, Angel?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Do you have any further you want to follow up?
I'm here now, man.
What went wrong? I mean, shit.
Go ahead.
Anything?
Go ahead.
Okay. You have mentioned in previous interviews that you and your partner dabbled in other things, other women. Polyamorous situations.
Oh, non-monogamy. Okay.
Yes. So non-monogamous, right? Okay. Do you think that played a role in anything that transpired between you and your ex or no?
Everything was a part. I don't want to just sit there and say, oh, it was just that. It was a lot of things because regardless of the polyamory, you still have to have that compatible connection with each other. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't, and I'll say this, polyamory don't fix your relationship. However, polyamory will expose a whole lot of things in your relationship. If that makes sense. Okay. I'm just being transparent. Her and I, again, she's not a bad person. I don't want nobody to even look in the direction of thinking that. It was just, we just didn't have that compatible. I'll say it like this. All y'all been to a foreign country, right?
Yes.
Fellas, especially, you plug your shaver in, it's a different outlet. It still fits, it's a different outlet. It might be a little higher power than you expect. It might be a little lower power. But watch this. If it's lower power, it's not going to work as good as you want it to, but it works. Right. If it's a higher power, it'll work faster than it did, but it'll burn the circuits up. Right. Still fits, still works, but not to the capacity that it's actually supposed to because it's not actually compatible. And oftentimes in relationships, I think because it works right now, oh, it's good. No, that's not the case. Because it takes that constant due diligence of work to make it happen. So I wouldn't just say it was the polyamory that was the default of the relationship. And I think we need to stop that as well. What's happening is every time somebody's not in a traditional relationship, that thing that's outside of the tradition has to be the problem of the relationship. And we got to stop that. We got to stop it because that's not right. It wasn't a somebody else issue. It was a me and her issue. Because the beef wasn't with everybody else. It was me and her. I wouldn't call it beef. It was just misunderstandings, not hitting on the same cylinder, not being on the same page. Yeah.
Is there today who you are, therapy, age, is there acceptance within yourself that, hey, I like to be with multiple women, and this may be something that whomever, if ever I choose next, is going to have to accept?
Yes, but that's not where I am. What you have to accept is who I am, because I got to accept who you are. And again, I think the non-monogamy has become a punching bag to take the distraction off of, well, maybe me and you don't get along because you're a liar. Maybe me and you don't get along because there are other issues that we got going on. You see what I'm saying? So, and I've talked to a lot of people, well, wait a minute. I've heard women say over and abundantly, every woman that I've ever heard that was cheating on said the same thing. All he had to do was tell me, keep it real. Wait a minute. So now we can't blame it on that, can we? That's out of the door. So you see what happens now? When we take a situation that's outside of the traditional norm, we kind of put a little hot sauce on it. It's like, yeah, you got to deal with me because this isn't. No, that's like me saying, well, okay, you ain't thinking nothing ridiculous, but at the end of the day, it's like me saying, hey, I'm genuinely non-monogamous. However, my non-monogamy is not your non-monogamy. And that's a problem. We'll take a word, non-monogamy and polyamory, and make it the same for everyone. Non-monogamy can mean me and my lady might go out, chill, we meet somebody, we go play, all right, babe, go home. That's non-monogamy. I'm not saying I need to be in 3, 4, 5 different relationships. Never said that. So for me to say, I'll say it this way. If I say, hey, baby, I need my nervous system regulated, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, can you handle this? Yes, no. And in most cases, you will see most men really don't have to have more than one relationship. Think about it this way. In all your rap songs, they talk about they got a main, don't they? Mm-hmm. Okay. So if he got a main, when it comes down to protocol, where's the authority lie? With her. So are these other things relationships or are they just whatever?
They tend to just be whatever. Every time.
The thing about non-monogamy and polyamory, you make it what you want it to be. That's the problem with it. Because the tradition says you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Polyamory, non-monogamy, says, hey, we make our own rules. And that's why we're going to have a long conversation on that podcast. We have to change our thinking on the matter because we are so stuck on that is red. No other shade is any other thing but red. No, we got to call it, is that red? Is that fuchsia? Is that, you see what I'm saying?
Plum.
There we go. We don't like to give each other grace for variety in how we see and do things. Told you that question wasn't bad. See that?
And now we're not going to say your age. No, I do.
Go ahead.
We're not going to say your age, but...
We can say my age. I ain't tripping, yeah.
At this age, are you having fun?
I'm living life. I'm not even going to lie. I got it. Because I fly out. I ain't going to tell y'all where I'm going, but I'm going to tag y'all. I fly out Friday. I'm back at food. I'm turning up.
So, because, a lot of...
I'm going over yonder, baby. I'm cutting up chocolate pawpaw. It's acting the food Friday.
A lot of men, after divorce, they're disgruntled. They're depressed.
Oh, yeah.
It takes them through there. Yeah. And a lot of men never get back to that place because it's hard because they've invested so much of themselves and it takes a lot out of them. How were you still able to have fun, enjoy yourself?
Because I understood. So here's a problem that I had. This is what, again, therapy helped out a lot. I had to understand my issue. I love unconditionally. Right. I was told that that's wrong, even though that's what I was taught. Mm-hmm. So when you with somebody that don't love unconditionally, it's gonna fail. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, and that's not a knock. That's just a different ideology, and that's okay. I think we're in a place where everybody that thinks differently is a bad person. No, it's okay to think differently. I love unconditionally, which means if I sign up for you in this, I'm signing up for everything that comes along with you in this. Go ahead.
Would you have remained in that, knowing that y'all might not have the compatibility that you was actually looking for?
Me taking accountability, that's my flaw. Yeah, I would have done the same thing those who taught me to do. I had a conversation with my parents and I told them, I said, I love y'all, but y'all raised me for a world that you wanted to be that never existed. I'll say that one more time. A lot of our parents raised us for a world that didn't exist then and does not exist now. So I had to deal with that. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's something that I had to deal with. If I'm saying, hey, no matter what, I'm gonna ride this out, and the other person's like, no, I'm out. I gotta deal with that. I gotta take accountability for that. That's me, and that's not making anybody else a less of a person. It's a different ideology, and there's nothing wrong with that. But am I turning up? Oh, I'm enjoying myself. It's been a year, man. I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
When you and your wife were in a relationship, y'all had a girlfriend, right? Also, right?
Sometimes we dated separately. Sometimes we dated together. Yeah.
Okay. When y'all had a breakup with that, how'd y'all get through that?
That was, believe it or not, that was more difficult for me than her.
Right. Again,
I still got a lot of traditional ways. So in my mind, I'm thinking I got to provide and protect for both of them. You see what I'm saying? So my investment, my mental, emotional, spiritual investment into that person. But if the queen that has that authority, no, she got to go. Hey, queen says you got to go.
Right.
That still hurts.
Right.
I still have to deal with that. You see what I'm saying? That's why I was saying in the beginning, just because you're polyamorous, non-monogamous, don't mean you're in other relationships. But there was a time where we did date together, and that's the difficulty of dating together, because people date and they progress through relationships at different rates and paces.
Right.
Yeah. Y'all had to cut that all the way up.
We chopping. Yeah,
we did the exit already.
Yeah, we chopping. Nah, but I'm glad we got that in, because again, this is gonna set up for the next conversation. So
It's like 2 different podcasts we got to do.
Yeah, we got to go through all the way through it. But with that being said, Bodyball 318, Chocolate Pawpaw, _official. Pick your poison, and we'll go from there. But we got to say it's a blessing for you sitting down with Terrence Gaines, so you coming giving your own testimony. And as things happen in the world, we want to make sure that we get with you and we pick your brain a little bit. So thank you for coming back as an alumni. We got to say it once again: the return of the Black John Wick, aka Chocolate Pawpaw. You are a real life street star. Let go.
Real life.